Guys, didn't y'all believe that all those puzzle ads were fake and there's no such game? But today, I finally found the game. Ebony the King's Return. That's right, guys. That's the exact game you always see in those ads. I've seen enough of their videos. Today, I'm gonna play it. To be honest, I've gotta use my brains to play this. Oh, I failed again. Look, now I'm stuck on this level. Oh my god, I lost my treasure. Time to test your brain. Download now and give it a try.
Ebony, download now.
Oh, so this is your zone.
This is it, yeah.
How does it feel now?
Shitty, man. I mean, like, it's horrible. We had easels in here, and we had desks that,
Smart cities will look like. The project is a part of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's Neom City, a $500 billion smart metropolis that will span 263,000 hectares and comprise 10 distinct regions. The Oxagon is the industrial heart of Neom, acting as a port and logistics hub. Part of the development will come up on the southwest corner of Neom, while part of the unique octagon will stick out into the Red Sea near the Suez Canal. When this project is realized, it will not only be the world's largest floating structure, but also its first 100% renewable industrial smart city. But why does it have to be shaped like that? And how is it redefining the industrial city as we know it? Let's take a closer look at the details of this project of staggering scale. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman released the plans for the Oxagon back in 2021. He claimed that the smart city will completely redefine how the world looks at industry and create a new focal point for global trade. The most striking feature of the Oxagon is, as its name hints, its distinct octagonal shape. According to the press release, the reason that they picked this shape was to help minimize the city's impact on the environment and make optimal use of the land. Half of the city will be on the shore, while the other half will be in the sea. The areas in the water will be split up into several floating squares interconnected by smaller canals. These little islands will have a cruise terminal and oceanographic research center. The project's main development area will span 50 square kilometers. The kingdom hopes to have 40 to 50 companies operating out of it and homes to support 90,000 residents and workers. By leveraging solar, wind, and green hydrogen, the smart city will run only on renewable energy. One of the most important features of the Oxagon is its location. It is strategically placed by the Suez Canal, where around 13% of all global trade passes through. More than $2 billion has been invested in building the first phase of Oxagon's port, which is promised to be sustainable and fully automated. Oxagon's industries cover 7 sectors: sustainable energy, autonomous mobility, water innovation, sustainable food production, health and well-being, technology and digital manufacturing, and modern construction methods. Specific details on how the inhabitants of the Oxagon will live are to be revealed, but the kingdom has promised that they will have unrivaled access to nature, short commutes to work, and easy access to services. In January 2020, the CEO of Neom, Nadami Al-Nasser, said they had completed around 20% of the city's infrastructure, and that development was taking place within the expected time frame of 2030. On May 18th, the port of Neom opened up for business for the first time, living up to its promise of being completely automated and emission-free. The first new advanced container terminal is expected to open in 2025. This October, Neom also released footage showing the city's progress, revealing that a hospital, certain utilities, and multiple roads have been completed. The Oxagon will also be home to the world's largest green hydrogen plant, the Neom Green Hydrogen Company. This plant is slated to open in 2026, and construction is already underway. This plant is estimated to produce massive amounts of green hydrogen, up to 600 tons per day. This is a crucial project as many consider green hydrogen to be the next big source of renewable energy. Generating green energy uses no natural resources, and the only waste it generates is water. It can also be compressed and stored in tanks for a long time. For Oxagon to develop into the booming industrial city Saudi Arabia is hoping for, it will need businesses and high-skilled workers willing to relocate to the new smart city. This is where Oxagon's strategic location may also become its weakness. Its remote location puts it hundreds of miles apart from the major cities of Riyadh and Jeddah. The Crown Prince plans to bridge this gap by connecting Oxagon's port with other parts of Saudi Arabia with a vast network of roads and railways. The kingdom is also planning to expand the King Abdullah port facility between Jeddah and the Oxagon to reach a capability of 25 million TEUs. But the most ambitious plan to connect the Oxagon to the rest of the country is one of NEOM's many other mega projects, a city within a city called The Line. As its name suggests, this city stretches out 110 miles in a straight line. It links the Red Sea to Tabuk City, passing through mountains, valleys, and beaches along the way. It's also crucial in ensuring connectivity for the Oxagon. Until that is built, there is a risk of Oxagon becoming just another ghost city. But of course, with Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 plan to make the country a booming tourist destination and to diversify its economy from oil to a renewable industry, that is unlikely to happen. Apart from the Oxagon, the kingdom has given us a lot of amazing megaprojects to look forward to. NEOM will be made up of a total of 10 regions and feature projects like The Line, Sindala, a luxury island destination, and Trojena, a ski resort located in the hills 50 kilometers from the Gulf of Aqaba, which will host the 2029 Asian Winter Games. The plan is for NEOM to be practically its own country within Saudi Arabia, exempt from the laws and legislations of the kingdom. Its residents will even be called Neomians. With the under-construction Oxagon prepared to open to the public soon, it will be interesting to see what the kingdom will think of next.
With Cascade Platinum Plus, I load this and get this. Dare to dish differently.
You may have noticed that Saudi Arabia is on a bit of a mega project building spree.
Saudi Arabia have just shocked the world.
This is NEOM. It's this futuristic giga project.
The Macabre is intended to be the world's first immersive destination.
Dine with whales, shop on another planet.
They're building a ski village.
From 175-kilometer linear cities to cubes large enough to hold 20 Empire State Buildings, the Middle Eastern country has been announcing record-shattering projects left, right and centre in an effort to pivot its economy and change its PR narrative. A narrative that's seen many call into question its government and construction labour practices. So why is Saudi Arabia trying to outbuild the world? Why is it pouring so many hundreds of billions into construction? And can all these projects amount to more than their glossy renders? To put it bluntly, the clock is ticking. Saudi Arabia became wealthy thanks to a little substance called oil. And while the country has no shortage of the stuff, it's the world's second biggest producer of it, global demand for this commodity is falling. Now, when your country's economy is almost entirely dependent on oil, that's a problem. So Saudi Arabia is trying to diversify and fast, taking a leaf out of the Dubai handbook and trying to become a global magnet for tourism. In essence, it's a strategy of build it and they will come, but build it big and with lots and lots of cash. In short, Saudi Arabia wants to do Dubai on a scale that even Dubai couldn't dream of. The country has set up the Public Investment Fund, a sovereign wealth fund that's working to deliver all of these massive projects with state money. Whether you like it or not, anchoring new developments with headline-grabbing structures is proven to attract both domestic and foreign investment. And that creates a much bigger market for trade outside of oil. In a bid for legitimacy, the PIF has signed up some of the world's biggest architects and engineering firms, and taken out ads in the New York Times, Time magazine, and on billboards around the world. In short, Saudi Arabia is trying to use construction for positive PR, and right now it needs some of that. While these projects may appear bright and shiny on the outside, many have raised concerns over their environmental impact and the country's history of poor construction labour practices. Frankly, it's hard to keep up with the pace of mega project announcements, so here are 5 of the biggest ones to be aware of. Lesson 1 from Dubai: go big. And this building will be absolutely huge, designed as the centrepiece of what it's claimed will be the world's largest modern downtown in the middle of Saudi Arabia's capital, Riyadh. At 400 metres high by 400 metres wide, it'll be the world's first super tall cube. And if it's successfully constructed, easily one of the largest structures ever built. The problem with deep plan buildings like this is getting natural light into the centre of them and creating spaces that human beings actually want to inhabit. That's where skylights and atriums come in. But lights not an issue. Inside there'll be a massive, ever-changing immersive screen wrapped around a tall central tower, creating a virtual world on the scale of Blade Runner. Overall, there'll be 100,000 residential units, hotel rooms, and more than 980,000 square metres of retail space. The project hasn't been fully disclosed, but it'll likely be the budget of a 400-metre skyscraper squared. That's right, a ski resort in the desert. It'll sit in the centre of Neom, a $500 billion Saudi giga-project that includes a few of the schemes in this video. Technically in the desert, Trojena will actually be nestled up among some of the country's highest peaks, around 2,600 metres above sea level. There'll be a ski slope, a mountain biking course, luxury properties dubbed slope residences, a vertical village of restaurants and retail stores folded into a cavern, and an enormous man-made lake. Trojena has already officially won the bid to host the Asian Winter Games in 2029, the first time that a winter sports event will be held in an Arabic-speaking country. So far, the price tags for all these projects is likely to be as impressive as the construction works themselves. But Saudi Arabia can afford it. In 2022, its government revenue was up 31% from the previous year, a budget surplus of over $27 billion. That's quite a contrast to countries like the United States, whose government is facing a debt crisis and whose households alone owe $16.9 trillion, a record high. Now, investors in those households are scrambling for safe havens. Major institutions like Goldman Sachs are adapting for their wealthy clients already by pouring hundreds of billions into alternative assets. Assets like the fine arts offered by today's video sponsor, Masterworks. The platform helps you invest in multi-million-dollar paintings without spending millions. Not only are Masterworks' paintings registered with the SEC so they can be broken into shares, every one of their 13 exits to date has returned a profit to investors. That includes 2 sales in just the last month, in the midst of a banking crisis. There's a waitlist to join Masterworks' 700,000 plus users, but we're giving you special access at the link in the description. Now, let's discover the next crazy mega projects. This will be the world's largest floating structure. An immense port that'll take advantage of its location near the Suez Canal to become a major shipping destination hub and the logistics nerve centre for Neom. The entire megaport is going to be an octagon, with part of it floating out onto the Red Sea. Separating the 2 sections will be a huge shipping canal, complete with a cruise ship terminal and oceanographic research centre. The floating sections of the port are going to be arranged around water-filled floating squares connected by smaller canals. A bit like Venice, just much hotter and without the architecture. The whole thing's being carefully positioned to set up Saudi Arabia as a diverse trading hub for the rest of the world. This is the closest project on this list nearing completion, and it's one very ritzy airport. Controversially designed by Foster and Partners, the Red Sea International Airport is going to open later in 2023 and is expected to accommodate 1 million passengers a year by 2030. What makes this place so luxurious? Well, in a way, it's trying to be the anti-airport airport. It's trying to replace the stress-inducing hustle and bustle of normal international hubs with tranquil gardens and terminals that'll house spas and restaurants. A pretty far cry from JFK. The airport's location, 15 kilometres inland from the Red Sea coast, puts it less than 8 hours away from 80% of the world's population, and sets it up as a future Dubai or Singapore, cities that became truly international thanks to their geography and well-positioned airports. Then there's the mega project that needs no introduction, the Line. A 500-metre tall mirrored linear city that'll stretch for over 100 and...
I'm going to ask you a series of control questions. Are you currently in a seated position?
Yes.
Are you human?
My body is.
Do you feel pain?
My body does.
Are you aware of an impending attack on the planet Earth?
You should let me go.
I'll repeat the question.
What gate did you use to enter this base?
East loading door.
How do I get there?
100 yards left in the back of this building.
Is there a security code?
4 Bravo 30.
What size is that suit?
42 long.
Take it off.
New kid, I missed you.
Yes, I got my favorite dinosaur, Velociraptor. It looks so cool in AR. Velociraptor for free. The first time you play Jurassic World Alive. Collect more dinosaurs and DNA by using the geolocation map. Evolve and upgrade your dinosaurs. There's over 300 to collect. Get mountains of free stuff every day. Skins, daily gifts, rewards, and much more. Play with hundreds of thousands of other dinosaur trainers. Join an alliance and help each other out. Easy to play, hard to master. Play now for free.
You must really like PvP. Ow.
seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start.